Sometimes I wonder what it's going to be like in the distant future when people look back on our era, or era, I don't know, and wonder what the heck were we thinking? Like, can you believe those human beings back there, man? They was driving cars that spewed out poisonous gas, and they knew it, and they kept on doing it too. I mean, people was dying from all kinds of exotic diseases and stuff, and they'd just be scratching their little old head going, I wonder what's causing all these diseases and stuff. What's going on here? Now get this. They was bringing up petroleum out of the earth where it's supposed to stay. We all know that. And contaminating everything on the earth like a bunch of morons. And then they take it over to these refineries, and on the way over there, they'd be destroying the rivers and the lakes and the oceans, spilling it all over the place, killing little bitty fishes, and destroying the quality of the air. Everybody's breathing all this nasty air, getting sick as dogs. Then, of course, they make it into the gasoline and put it in the cars and pollute the air some more. And they be saying, one of these days, we're going to find cures for all these diseases. And back then, everybody drove their own car. Can you imagine driving your own car? And there was one particular era in that period where people were having these things called cell phones. They'd be like trying to call people and play with their phones while they're driving their own car. You could imagine the outcome of that. They was having these things called wrecks all over the place because they was too busy looking down at their phones when they're supposed to be looking out the windshield and stuff. And they were just wrecking into each other like crazy. And listen to this now. There'd be like 5 or 6 lanes on each side of the highway, and everybody had their own steering wheel in their hand. That's what they call the thing they steered them with. And it would just take one little old bitty incident to stop the whole thing in its tracks. Like one guy would have what they call a fender bender. That's when they bump into each other and have to pull over on the side of the road. And everybody in the whole lineup would stop to watch what was going on. Didn't have nothing else going on in their little old lives but that. So all it took was one guy didn't have nothing better to do than look at what was going on the side of the road, or to play with his cell phone at an inopportune time, and the whole thing would just crawl to a stop. Now, of course, today we just take it for granted that we go 500 miles an hour in our magnetic cars that drive themselves, but back then, man, they was only going 60 miles an hour and they was going crazy. And if you could hear the way they talk back then, man, it crack you up. Here, listen to this. This is how they talk back then. I am from the distant past, and I talk just like a regular guy is supposed to talk from the distant past. Is that crazy or what? So what do y'all think the future people are going to say about us? If you wouldn't mind leaving me a comment and share this thing with all your friends. Oh, and please subscribe.